Okay, we are live. If you're on here, let me know, friends. If you're on here, let me know. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Thursday. I'm 3 minutes late. Actually, I was connecting everything. And then Nora had to go to the bathroom. So, if you're on here, let me know. Let me know. Just say hi. Okay. I'm going to share this out and then we'll get started. There's one person on. Okay, today I'm going to share with you the 2 other projects that go with my Valley and Bloom class. Registration for that class went out this morning. I already posted it here on Facebook. So if you should be getting that so you can register for that. So this is my at-home class. I'm going to actually play with the dates and try to get it out a little earlier in July. We're going to be doing Christmas in July, and I'm using a new set too. That's from the July exclusives. So I'll share that with you in a little bit. But anyway, so today I'm going to share with you the third and fourth projects of the 4-project class. So you will get 2 of each. So it is actually an 8-project class. So the ones I shared with you on Tuesday, these are the 2. And so we have this one and we have this one. So these are the 2 that are included. Morning, Terry. Included in the Lily of the Valley class. Okay, this is an at-home class. So what you're going to get is you're going to get a half a pack of the DSP. You're going to get a 1/4 pack of the Luxe specialty paper and the gems. Okay, so let me share with you the other 2. I think that's all that I have as far as housekeeping. You can go ahead, still place your order by the end of the month to qualify for my to-go classes. That would be my Just Cards and my Stamp-A-Stack. But I think that's it. So yeah, this month went really fast. Summer always does. It's crazy how fast. Okay, so this is the third of the 4. Okay, so this one I actually used Granny Apple Green. Terry, you might be the only one on. I was rushing around like crazy, trying to get everything hooked up, and then Nora had to go to the bathroom, and then I thought, okay, well, I'll hop on, but it doesn't look like too many other people are joining us. So, okay. So this one is Granny Apple Green. Hi, friend. How are you, friend? The base is Granny Apple Green, and we're going to use Fresh Freesia. Morning, Sue. And I'm using the strips. So if you have a Morning, Joyce, these guys are popping on now. That's good. I was beginning to think nobody wanted to join me anymore. Okay. So these are the strips that I use. So this is a great way to use up all those little strips that you have laying around when you're making projects. So we're going to use 5 of the strips. I'm going to just place them here. So yeah, we're going to use those. So let's put some tape on the back of those. Yeah, I'm getting myself confused. Okay, let me see. Yep, this one isn't either. Let me go grab a tape. Hold on. I think the weather's been beautiful. It's not been swim weather. Like my pool water is still very cold. But the weather's been good. Yeah, it is busy. Summer's always busier for some reason. Okay, so I'm just going to put this in the center here. And then we're going to build around it. We're going to put these next. Okay, and then we're gonna build around. We're gonna put the other two on. Now you can adjust these how you want them. It's always a guessing game. And then to try to get them straight sometimes drives me nuts, but anyway, I think it worked out this time. There we go. So there we go, and then I'm gonna add them to the card front. And then I did, this one is just die cuts basically. So I cut out some leaves and I cut out a stem, and then I have these flower cutouts here that we're going to add. Okay, so let's do that. We're going to add the 2 leaves first. And then we're going to add the stem. I'm going to bring in my silicone mat. Yes, Nora's outside on the porch barking. I don't know. I think I hear a bird out there chirping. So maybe it's teasing her. I don't know. She's like a moody teenager. She didn't come down until a few minutes ago. Then she's got to go out, and she drives me crazy. Okay, we're going to add this here. Just like that. And then I am going to add these flowers. Any of you have Lily of the Valleys planted? I do have some in my backyard. They're done for though. Like they're an early spring flower. I think I have 2 here. Yep, I knew it. I could feel it. I'm just gonna add these. Anybody got exciting plans for the weekend? Can you believe we're like a week away from the 4th of July? I don't know. When we go on vacation and then you come back, you lose time. And then it just makes everything seem to go so much faster. So. We've got a couple other little trips. Did you just get the dies? No, I have the whole bundle. I got the whole bundle. Yes, I wish they would last longer too. And they do. They smell really nice too. There we go. So there we go. So there is our Lily of the Valleys, which they're one of my favorite flowers. Okay, and then I do have this strip here. This is just another scrap. So this card was just made with scraps, almost. And I have the happy birthday that comes in this set. And we're going to stamp it on this scrap piece. And then I'm going to cut it at an angle. I always cut it at an angle because I can't cut straight. Nobody would know that, right? So you just cut it at an angle. We're going to flip this over. And I'm going to place it right here. And we're going to bring in the sparkly gems. We're going to use a granny apple green one. Just stick it right there. And there you go. So that's the 3rd card. Alrighty. And let me go to the last one. Actually, let me grab one of these. I need a piece of scrap paper for this. Okay, here we go. So here's the last card. This one is actually done with a new Luxe specialty paper that is in the bundle. So, and if you did my paper share, my thank you gift for you was a sample pack of the Luxe specialty paper. So the base of this one is just basic white. We're gonna fold that in half. The next piece is that specialty paper. If you can see, it has some Lily of the Valleys on here. So we're gonna do a little bit of blending with the brushes on this one. I'm using Granny Apple Green. And remember, when you blend, you wanna ink up your brush, but then you also wanna start here. I don't want it that dark. So I wanted to go a little lighter. And then maybe even a little lighter than that. Let's get that, okay. And then I'm going to start over here. And blend that out a little bit. Now you can make this as light or as dark as you want. You can make it more variegated if you want. I'm just gonna do it a quick blend here though. And then I got a paper towel. I'm gonna rub this off so that the design, the image pops. You can see that. So there you go. Can you see that? Okay, so then I'm going to layer that onto the card. There we go. All right. The next two pieces is, I do have the DSP here. So we're just going to add these together. This is a Mossy Meadow square with a piece of the DSP. And I have stamped and cut out some of the lilies, and I cut out a leaf. So they're gonna go on here as well. I'm actually gonna snip off the stems here for the lilies. Okay, so we're gonna pop these up. Let me bring in my edges here. Cut these pretty small here. Hi, Ethel. I just now saw you're on, friend. How are you? How are you? Okay. Okay. We're just going to add this right here, off to the side. We're going to add the greens. Janice, well, howdy from Montana. Welcome, friend. Is this your first time on my live? Let me know. Welcome. My name is Connie. Maybe you've been on before. And I'm just going to stick this here. And then we're going to pop this up. I like to use all the edges of my dimensionals. From Montana. I've never been to Montana. It's one of the places I want to go. My grandmother was from Montana, but she moved from Montana to West Virginia when she married my grandfather, and then they moved from West Virginia to Pennsylvania. Thank you, Janice. I'm glad you're on. So have you been a stamper for a while? Let me know. Are you a demonstrator or just a customer? Let me know. I gotta pull these papers off. Okay. This is my at-home class or my online class. Yes, the Lily of the Valleys go like this, yeah. So we're gonna stick these right here. You're a demo for 20 years. Okay, I celebrated my 31st year with Stampin' Up! In the end of May. Well, I'm glad you're hanging out here with me. Okay, we're gonna use this greeting. It says, to one of the nicest people I know. And then I'm gonna cut this at an angle, and we're gonna pop this up too. Hopefully, I'm gonna have to trim some more of these up. My gals that came to the studio class on Monday helped me get rid of a bunch of these. Actually, I gotta pull this off too. Nope, I can't get that one. There we go. There we go. Okay. And then we're just gonna layer this right here. And actually, I don't like the way that looks there, so I'm just going to, it's a little thick for me. Okay, I'm gonna add a gem here. Right here. And there we go. So these are my at-home class for June. It's registration open this morning. It's only open until next week, and then we're gonna close it so I can get these in the mail, out in the mail to you before they become unorderable. I always take the risk when I design a class. Okay, there we go. So you get, let me pull this up so it's in the camera for you. So you get 2 of each. It's an 8-card class. You get a half a pack of the DSP. You get a quarter pack of the Luxe paper. This is crooked. Let me fix that. The Luxe paper, and you get a pack of gems. Okay? And the PDF, and then of course this video is on Facebook for a month, but it's on my YouTube channel forever. So there we go, friends. So this is what I did this week for you. Lily of the Valley, or Valley in Bloom is actually what the suite is called. Okay, all right, thanks for joining me, and have an amazing weekend. Hopefully the weather stays this way, although it could get a tad bit warmer, so my pool would get warmer. So yeah, so we can enjoy some pool days. And here it is, the end of June, and we haven't had hardly any pool days. Thank you, Janice. I appreciate that. Appreciate you all for joining in, and I will be back on Tuesday. Have a good weekend, and I'll see you.